Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
And it puts Anthony Joshua in a terrible situation.
Oh, most
terrible.
Definitely.
He looks awful.
Oh, they begging now.
He looks terrible. He's going to fight some other guy, and no one gives a fuck. And it's like, your titles, whatever titles you got, they're bullshit.
Yeah.
They don't mean anything. Everybody knows this is where the real title is. I mean, this is it's a wrap now.
Yes, they definitely begging now. He's trying to reach out. All of a sudden now, his management has been, trying to reach out to mines as well. But he could have had this opportunity.
Call me Mr. Chimney. I want smoke.
When I say I promise you, I'm gonna knock out the Gypsy King as well.
Deontay Productions.
How am I gonna let this little skinny spaghetti hit my face? Numbers don't lie, and I'm that guy. And I'm the dog of this.
When I stepped on the scene, I said I wanted this bro. I said I wanted that so I'm still on the mission.
I'm gonna chase his ass all the way up there.
I told him it's an easy bracket thing.
Some of them like it, some of them don't. BoxingVoice.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. And good morning, TBV. We are back, and you sheep have me smiling. I mean, you didn't even let the show start. They already have so many opinions in their chat room. Let me tell you, listen, have your thick skin when you come to this chat room. This is not for everybody. This is not for everybody, but we're here to discuss on TBV in the morning, Joe Rogan and Deontay Wilder destroying Anthony Joshua live on air. And over 1 million people have watched this episode, and hundreds of thousands on the JRE clips that he puts out. Whoa. I seen pictures of Anthony Joshua in Central Park. I don't know. Somebody better put that man on watch. It's difficult to run away from public perception. Difficult. Joe Rogan has a huge audience. And yes, I'm going to say it. A huge Caucasian audience. You know what I'm saying? Wilder just put his story out there. Fury just put his story out there. And you heard the clip. This is not me. This is not a boxing fan in a chat forum. This is Joe Rogan saying this shit.
And it puts Anthony Joshua in a terrible situation.
Oh, most
terrible.
Definitely.
He looks awful.
Oh, they begging now.
He looks terrible. He's going to fight some other guy, and no one gives a fuck. And it's like, your titles, whatever titles you got, they're bullshit.
Yeah.
They don't mean anything. Everybody knows this is where the real
Yo, why they laughing at him like that? Just both sitting there giggling. That is not cool, Rogan, Wilder. But thank you for making me laugh early in the morning. Shout out to the TBV listeners. Let's get this thing started. We're going to jump out to Indiana. Michael Gross.
I speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. I can't say it enough. I speak it, believe it.
Two attempts, handed bands over. Sicko hit, shot and miss. Two to stand over. Turn up. Breadwinner, huh? Look who in the building. Let me check my Instagram. I might be at 1 million. And I'm in.
BoxingVoice.com.
Yo. Major shout out to Joe Rogan, man. One of my favorite podcasts out there, you know what I'm saying? I'm surprised Ness just now seeing this clip. I mean, this clip has been going around for the longest. And I didn't think anything of it because I know it just seemed like two guys were just having fun, talking about somebody else. And Anthony Joshua, man, how times have changed. You were on a pedestal, you know what I'm saying? You were up there. You were the golden boy of the division, which you probably still are. You know what I'm saying? You're still a cash cow, but public perception in America has really changed, brother. Really changed. Everybody thinks you're scared of Deontay Wilder. Everybody thinks you're a paper champion. Everybody thinks that you're not the man that you say you are. And by coincidence, you are in America. Guess what? Today, you were here in Central Park yesterday. So I'm excited to see the reception or the whatever you call it you get when you get here on Saturday or fanfare or Thursday at the press conference. If you be at the presser, just excited to see what kind of fanfare you get. And I wonder if Joe Rogan shot himself in the foot. I mean, you had Tyson, you had Wilder.
No.
Would it make sense to go get AJ too?
Doggy, when you Rogan, you could say what you want because they gotta sit there. Look, listen, you know, and no disrespect to Wilder, but you know that we were on that Wilder build his profile bandwagon.
Absolutely.
So you know, Wilder being on Joe Rogan to me and you was like, yes, you know what I'm saying? One for the home team. But Tyson being on it was like, oh shit, to me. You know what I'm saying? This is a huge platform. Very huge. I mean, in a day, this video had over 1 million views, right? Or over 917,000 last time I checked. You know, I don't want to be throwing out numbers and then people are like, oh, I just checked it. It's only at 999.
As of right now, the Joe Rogan Experience with Deontay Wilder has 1 million. I can't fucking do these fucking numbers, bro. 1,030,342.
All right, well, there you go. Crack the million mark. And that's just power. Now you got to remember all the JRE clips that are out there.
Oh yeah, they cut those up.
They cut those up and they get 250,000, 1 million, 800, 700,000 because they're shorter and people could consume the content quicker. Like our soundbite. That's something that's floating around. A little bit longer version of that, but it's floating around and it's really, you know, setting these Facebook chats and these boxing scene chats and forums on fire. I was interested and surprised with this, right? It was like, whoa, they really got Wilder on, which was cool. You know what I mean? Because I thought once Fury went there, I thought it was over. I thought Joe Rogan showed Fury so much love, maybe Wilder wouldn't even go. And that's why I don't think that he shot himself in the foot. I think he's as big as he is, and AJ, Wilder, Tyson, they got to sit down. They got to sit down because, you know, as I was watching this hour-long interview, I got that 2000, you know, 20th century generation feeling of this is my Oprah. This isn't Oprah that my mother was used to, but this is my Oprah. You know, I'm the fanboy.
I would lean more towards Larry King, but that's just me.
I mean, Larry King is on CNN, right? The white dude with the suspenders.
No, he was on CNN, but he got a check from Netflix to like just do it over there now.
All right, but he was way too formal. Oprah was never formal, and Rogan is beyond formal. You know what I'm saying? Rogan smoking with his guests. He got little bobbleheads on his desk. Knock it off. He got a basketball court.
You never seen Larry King? Have you ever watched Larry King?
I've never, except
okay. Well, yeah. So don't talk about it.
Except for the little clips they show.
I gotta be smoking on that motherfucking everything.
All right, but except for the little clips they show on CNN, and you gonna tell me the suspenders and a button-down satin shirt isn't formal with a great
Larry King asks motherfucking questions, bro. He not sitting here on the couch trying to make you feel better. He coming for your ass. He asking the tough questions. But anyway, that's beside the point. I feel like Larry King. You feel like Oprah. It doesn't matter. Joe Rogan is that.
There was moments in it. I think there was moments in it where you know, they got real profound and they touched on emotions and it struck a chord with the audience. You know, I actually am here to give Deontay credit. This is probably one of the best times he's spoken. I mean, he spoke very well, and I think his message got delivered. He touched on the Olympics and the amateur background and just why he got into boxing. And again, I think that story was told multiple times throughout his career, but I felt like on the Rogan podcast, I don't know, I just feel like the message was delivered simpler, in my opinion. I didn't hear him tripping over his words. He was calm and relaxed. The conversation was just organic. And Rogan is good at what he does, man. He let Wilder speak, and I feel like we got to know a lot. Like, you know, yet in this interview, he touched on Jay Diaz, and by hearing this clip, it's not like I didn't hear this story, but hearing it from Wilder's mouth on this particular podcast, it let me know Jay ain't going nowhere. All of those people calling in saying Wilder needs a new trainer, that's out.
And none of
That is
them
out
going nowhere.
the window based on this episode. That is out the window. Why? Because he goes into great depth about how him and Jay stand around the gym whenever people try to get near them and be like, yo, where y'all was at when we didn't have gas money? When we couldn't afford small
We was scraping that shit up. We would scrape.
Yeah, when we had to scrape it up to go to another motherfucking state to fight because there's no heavyweights in Alabama.
That's loyalty, bro. That's real loyalty right there.
That right there lets me know his level of it's all good. That right there lets me know his level of loyalty and the pride. So whether he brings a new trainer in, Jay will never go nowhere. But
I don't think Mark will go anywhere either. Like the way he was making it sound like shit. Mark is one of those guys, man. Even though he has that soft voice and say, "I'll throw the jab." I can always hear him. in the back of my ear, no matter how soft he speaks. And Mark was a two-time welterweight champion and had a very, very impressive knockout record, just like Deontay Wilder. And people wonder why Deontay has that knockout ratio. To me, look at Mark Breland, man. Look at the technique. Look at the 1-2. Look at the jab setting up the right hand. That's all Mark, in my opinion. But now I'm not saying it's all Mark, but Mark had a lot to do with that. Some of it that is just God-given power.
I don't know who's got to do with it. Like, again, you know, they touched on that. Rogan says, did anyone ever teach you how to throw the right hand? Like, did you learn before boxing? Did any uncle or you know, relative put the gloves on you? And he's like, nah, you know, he learned it all in the street. You know, and it was just interesting, man, that story, you know what I mean? It really hit close to home, you know, the fact that when he showed up at the gym, he's like, yo, I just want to be a journeyman. I got to feed my daughter. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to go to no Olympics. He said he didn't even know what amateurs was.
For somebody playing basketball and football their whole life, and to get into boxing one day by talking to a friend, like, hey man, yeah, we should. That's how we get some money. All right, fuck it, let's go box. To going in and becoming an amateur fucking champion, bro, all within like a year and a half. That's one of these stories, bro, that motherfuckers make up for a movie or some shit. Ain't nowhere in hell a person should start boxing within a year and go medal in the Olympic Games, but that's exactly what Wilder did. And I mean, I could only appreciate it more because even though we heard the story, it's fun to see somebody like Joe Rogan. It's fun to see his fucking facial expression, just to, like the fact that he was in awe by some of the stuff that Deontay was saying.
Well, for me, you know, and we'll get into the meat and potatoes, which is obviously the soundbite and their, you know, laughter of the AJ situation, because, you know, we're reviewing Deontay on the podcast when in fact that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about the public perception, Joe Rogan and things like that. But like, you know, I use the term sheep a lot, and you know, it has to be said over and over, the sheep need to be led. And I wonder, does public perception continue to sway in Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder's favor due to this new shepherd? You know, due to this new shepherd listening to Deontay's story on his platform that is huge, and now giving his opinion. And you know what sheep do? They adapt the opinion of their shepherd. So I'm just wondering what is going to happen in the coming days when his audience, you know, his trusted audience, you got to understand, is Joe Rogan is no different than you and I, except he's massive, you know, but these people that listen to him daily, you know, they're like our listeners, you know, that we meet up with and we fucking have drinks with. So it's no different, you know, they believe what he says. They share like opinions. Obviously, there's a ton of us, like, you know, that we just frequent Rogan whenever the right guest is there, you know. But I mean, how big you think this is in terms of reach?
I think you may get 2 million, 3 million views. It's not like it's one of Joe Rogan's guests that the American public is familiar with. I think now we're becoming more and more familiar with him. So I give it 2 million, maybe 2.5, 3. You know,
Dude.
but these clips can go for forever. You know, these little mini clips.
I know. As a Wilder fan, you were all happy and giddy when Rogan's like, "Hell yeah, man, fuck that! You knocked him out, bro. You knocked him out, bro." You know.
Bro, he said that like a week before Wilder even came. You know what I'm saying? The clip that I put on our IG page, he thought that Wilder knocked him out. But
what about you see, because it's different for you and I. We sit on our podcast and we receive hate, and we're like, "Oh, you imbeciles, long count, you fucking losers. What do you mean long count? Oh, you guys are up Wilder's ass." And now Joe Rogan, famous, huge. Last I checked, fucking way over 8,000 reviews on iTunes, can sit on his super duper popular show and say, "Oh yeah, I seen the Instagram post you put." Man, he totally had a longer count than 10. Like, and I mean, who's calling him a moron? You know what I'm saying? No one's saying to him, "Hey, the referee is the one that gets the count." You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Motherfuckers want to come on Joe Rogan's show, man. That's why.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Now, in our comment section, we're getting, "Oh, you guys are, you know, you're looking into this too much. Joe Rogan kisses everyone's ass that's on his chair. You watch him more than me. Is this true? Is he an ass kisser?"
I would say he is kind of like me. I wouldn't say he's an ass kisser per se, but he does give people the props when they do. But he does ask objective questions. You know what I'm saying? He does ask stuff that's like, if it's taboo, it's taboo to you. But he does ask, you know what I'm saying, questions about things that are going on if they're like pressing, you know what I'm saying. But at the same time, it's a fucking show. I mean, and these guys are fighters, and Joe Rogan likes fighters. I mean, from the UFC to the boxing, that don't matter. Joe Rogan likes fighters.
I think Joe Rogan upset the sheep. I see a lot of people saying he's the biggest idiot, the biggest moron. I mean, why are the people throw these?
They're people on the internet. I mean, if you go, that's why Joe Rogan has his comments disabled.
Really?
He don't play that bullshit. Fuck that.
I never even noticed that. None of his videos have comments.
Go watch his motherfucking podcast live. Disabled.
But after, what about when the video is posted? Then you get comments?
I mean, yeah, at the bottom, yeah. But like, as far as like live comments, nah.
Wow.
Smart. I mean, why?
That's smart.
Why, bro? When you already have the reach, why let other people influence your audience?
Well, I mean, it's different. We got different messages. We're totally different people, but you know, I pride myself on being the voice of the people. So like, we have to see they come. We have to read it. We have to know how they feel. Like, look, Rafi Dawkins, live comments disabled. You know what I mean?
I told you, yeah.
Like, I want to know that Rafi from the UK is in the chat. Yes, gentlemen. Fuck Joe Rogan.
I mean, you gotta understand, like, when Joe Rogan hit,
I'm gonna say when he calls in.
Joe Rogan hit a level where he do shit 13, 14, 15,000 live. You ain't got time to be worried about who in the chat.
When you got 13, 15,000 people live, you got someone who sits in front of the computer to tell you and pull the proper comments. But look, again, different shows, different shows, different missions. He don't need that. I hear you. We are different. We have a different mission statement, so we do need it. We do want phone calls, which the number is 1-425-569-5241. And the number's not going away. So disregard the previous message on 2 podcasts ago. Wink, wink. But you know, like I always say, Skype is there, and follow us on all forms of social media just to stay updated.
Yeah, man. Next, real quick, man.
He said to sound more West Indian to sound like Rafi. I'm gonna try, man. But I mean, I got the intro down. Yes. Almost.
I love Rafi, man. Rafi one of the funniest guys. I just hope Rafi.
Let me tell you, Rafi is actually gonna be one of our. What do you call it? I mean, if we were a basketball team, what do you call a person that tries out for the team? Because we're doing tryouts. We're doing tryouts now. We're not just putting somebody on the team.
We're doing open workouts. You know what I'm saying? You come on in, get your workout in.
Pretty soon, we're gonna have about 3 UK guys that expressed interest, and they're getting their equipment together. And I ran a test with one, not Ralphie. Ran a test with one yesterday.
Mikey.
No, not Michael. Not Michael. Someone else, bro. People been hitting me up everywhere, and you know what? It's open. Let's fucking do this shit. You know, Andre Diakonu says the term is a walk on. So Rafi will be doing his dry run, and he'll get a walk on. What about Georgie? I see Georgie in the chat. Couldn't stay away, huh, Papa?
Georgie Porgy. Oh, I mean, Matt came back, so Georgie came back.
Georgie's back.
Shout out Georgie, man. I mean, see, look here, Georgie.
And that's how it should be, man. We men, dog. Like, you was in your feelings for a little bit, and you realize, you know what? That's for ladies. I'm a man. Let me come back to the barbershop and kick it. It's all good, player.
And Georgie, I never really got to meet you. You know what I'm saying? We talked.
Oh, nobody ever got to meet him. That's probably why.
I'm saying for a caller wise, once I started, he called in once or twice Georgie, and just stopped.
Georgie, look what I got for you.
Yo, first of all, let me say I don't play shows.
Don't give him too much. Don't give him too much, man.
That's fucking right. But
don't give him too much.
They always think Ness is a dictator. He's a dick. But look, why I always got everybody intro? Everything always just sitting there. Like, I don't never close the door. You know what I'm saying? I'm everywhere. Y'all never there. Why would I ever care? Huh? Pound for pound, best fucking podcaster to ever come around here. Let's get out to these callers. We're going to open it up. You already know we need those 5-star reviews. Where's the love?
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
And it puts Anthony Joshua in a terrible situation.
Oh, most
terrible. He looks awful.
Oh, they begging now.
He looks terrible. He's gonna fight some other guy. And no one gives a fuck. And it's like your titles, whatever titles you got, they're bullshit.
Yeah.
They don't mean anything. Everybody knows this is where the real title is. I mean, this is it's a wrap now.
Yes. They definitely begging now. He's trying to reach out. All of a sudden now, his management has been, trying to reach out to mines as well. But he could have had this opportunity.
You got the juice now, man.
My nigga, they laughing at that man. They start off laughing at that man.
Yo, I hope
when somebody start laughing at you, that's fucked up.
I hope you got that because I feel like you ain't hear that, and I
got the juice now. Come on, man.
Come on, man. I'm trying to be on point with this shit.
Bruh, I mean, it was cool.
It was cool.
It was cool, but
perfectly fit, and you got the juice now. You know it.
It was cool. It was cool. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, add Nesta Gibbs on Skype. Yeah. Remember that Mayweather? Good morning, TBV. I'm having a hell of a day. Let's go out to my motherfucking mastermind, Javier in Alabama. Matter of fact, you know what you're going to get?
Bomb Squad! There's only one Deontay Wilder.
Yo, Javier.
Yeah, what's poppin'?
When they ask you, is you a Deontay Wilder fan, what do you say?
You go, Bomb Squad!
To this day.
Talk about, nigga.
To this day.
That too, yeah,
to this day.
To this day.
Hey, but what else gonna say? Hey, I ain't hear none of the show, but shit, I'm gonna just freestyle this shit because I feel like I know what y'all was talking about. But I just got off work. But hey, bro, Joe Rogan got a cult following, bro. So whatever he say, go. AJ fucked in America now, bro. I don't think y'all understand. Joe is a goddamn cult leader, and y'all niggas ain't even know it. We listening to a cult leader right now. Joe Rogan Experience is a cult following, and these motherfuckers, whatever Joe say, they go with it. They don't fuck with that motherfucker no more. So AJ fucked. I just want you to know that.
This is coming from a guy in Alabama.
Nigga, don't play with me, nigga. I'm cultured. First off, I'm a cultured Alabama nigga. Don't play with me.
I mean, you sound like a Deontay Wilder fan.
They ain't got nothing to do with me, bro. Don't worry about that. I can't be a fan. Damn, nigga. Stop hating, Ness. Stop hating on me, Ness. Why you hating on me? Nigga coming at me with the hate.
I'm not even coming at you with no hate. I'm just trying to be a little bit subjective here.
Nah, fuck them UK niggas. You ain't got to be nice for them. Fuck them.
I'm just keeping it real.
They know where I'm coming. Hey, and by the way, when you get that UK, when you get the little UK tryouts, hey, put that nigga in the sparring match with me. He know what's popping. Tell him get on the line. Tell him talk to me.
Who,
Tell him
Robbie?
I know what's up. I'm gonna test that. I don't give a fuck who it is. Shit, if it's Rob come back, I'm gonna test that nigga too. I don't give a fuck.
Yo, I
Whoever
sent Rob a
wants to
link
work.
the other day, y'all. You see what I'm saying? Ain't nobody got a bigger ain't nobody swallow his pride more than Ness. I sent them a link.
Rob don't want to click that link no more. He left the chat. When a nigga leave a chat, he hurt. Hey Rob, if you hear this, you hurt, my nigga. You ain't gotta be hurt, man. Let that hurt go. Let that hurt go, Rob. We still love you over here, man. It's all love, baby, but that hurt gotta go. Shit. Nigga act like he got hit with the right hand from Wilder. The way he acting, it's okay, Rob, man. We still love you, G. What else I was gonna say? But I'm just saying, bro, don't play me, bro. I was in the Navy. I'm cultured. I'm a cultured nigga. Don't play me like I was just in Alabama all my life. Don't do that. All right, Ness. I was lived up there.
Dog,
in
it wouldn't
Northeast.
matter if you went around the world. You got a hometown champion that you backing. And it sounds almost like you backing them blindly. Maybe.
Hey, don't play with me, bro. I ain't backing nobody. I ain't backing nobody.
Look. You sure you're
So
not
why
backing
would
them?
I not?
You just accidentally said I ain't black, and now you're making it a race thing.
Hey, shit, it is, nigga. Black power. Nigga, what the fuck you talking about?
Shit. Let me stop.
Hey,
Let me stop
but
with
I
this
love my
sarcasm.
I love white people too. Don't do that.
Don't do what? You doing it.
Hey, my mama mixed.
Your mama,
my mama mixed.
Your mama mixed.
Hey, I'm dead ass. My mama is
Yo,
mixed.
I'm not
Shit,
saying you not. I met you. I know you a light-skinned brother.
Yeah, you know, bitches love the hair. But hey, I'm gonna come back in. Fuck all the UK callers because them niggas ain't really about that shit.
Yo,
let them know.
Why y'all be getting at my UK audience like that? They ain't done nothing.
Cause them niggas be bitching. I'm tired of them bitches.
But they not as rude as you Americans. Why you calling them all these names?
That nigga was on yesterday. That nigga had like a 15-minute call. That nigga got mad because he got cut off. Man, shut that soft ass shit up. I don't want to hear that shit.
All right, Javier. You punching out
USA.
You are a mastermind, so just let me know when you're ready. Don't waste it because you just came at everybody. You never know who's gonna come at you. Don't waste it. And we got UK callers trying to jump in. Joel, I'm connecting you, baby. Just slow down. Slow down. Let me get out to my man, King Jersey. Stand the fuck up.
Oh yeah.
We out here.
Just like the king is what I mean. The king is what I mean.
So, yo, good morning, fellas. And I'm going to get right to it because Javier set it off for me. And I'm going to double up on, I'm going to go double up with my boomerang. I'm going back to back. So I'm going to burn for a minute. It was a show we did a couple weeks ago. You know, we was talking about the whole thing. And I realized, and this is all on topic. I'm going to take y'all on a little journey. That's why I got the boomerang shit, right? I'm going to take y'all on a little journey because when I got on the show, well, we got to realize, man, and you, Ness, you said, yo, you know what, or Mike, the UK callers are not as rude as us, you know, and let me state this out there first and foremost. Shout out to all my peoples in the UK. We understand that anybody that's a fan of boxing or pugilism, you know what I'm saying, we got a little bit of testosterone in us, so that's why it bothers us when niggas jump in their bag. So, Rob, get out your bag, man. Like, we love you, man. Toughen up a little bit. But let me talk about my man Idris a little bit. Shout out to Idris from the UK because Idris from the UK remind me of cats whose wife and women I be fucking because he got so sensitive that I was calling Eddie Hearn and Joshua pussies that he get on the line and he forget. You know what I'm saying? That's why I know it's love though. But where we from, it's certain things you don't say. So he don't understand. So he's, oh, you're talking all this faggot shit, this pussy talk, that's faggot shit. Well, that's the same kind of brothers like you. I end up with my dick in your woman because you so nervous that a nigga get to talking about some pussy. That shit make you nervous. So here comes some more pussy talk. Pussy, pussy, pussy. You don't like the way it look? Let me look at your wife shit, all right? I'm playing, but I'm serious. But my point is that y'all motherfuckers gotta stop getting your feelings in the way of the facts. Now, Joe Rogan, he don't know much about boxing, but he's certainly an expert in combat sports. He knows the layout of this shit inside and out. So if Joe Rogan, and this is my little conspiracy theory, Joe Rogan is part of that UFC vehicle. I heard a conspiracy theory years ago, not like 2 years ago, that Al Heyman was a part of that group that purchased the UFC. So my thing is, I think in the bigger picture, they're just trying to put more alignment between the two, and down the line, we could see some crossover matches. I threw one out there like a year ago, something like a Ovin St. Preux versus like a Deontay Wilder, some old crazy ass mega match or something. You know what I mean? Like a John Jones.
They was talking about John Jones fight Deontay Wilder.
You see what I'm saying though? Because they both about 200, right? Now, speaking of Deontay Wilder, because I know I'm speaking on a lot of shit, but when you boomerang and you get the rock like that, Ness, I know you can relate. Shout out to all my cats. Shout out to all my truckers. Deontay Wilder, yeah, and that's three. I got another three back to back. If you when you get that CDL, sometimes for a lot of cats, that shit keep you about the streets. It keep you from making that wrong turn. So when I'm listening to him and he's like, yo, I was on that Budweiser truck and I'm doing my loads. Like the desperation, when we talk about the true tradition of boxing and pugilism, even if you know Tyson Fury's background, he come from a family of people from that underneath, from that grain. Boxing has always been an opportunity for us. So this is why, overall, when you hear that man speak, you got to change your tune on him, on his character. This is a way out. Imagine if he was a 6'7" goon running up on niggas, or a big for nothing dude. You get what I'm saying? So shout out to Wilder. Shout out to everybody, especially my truckers. You know what I'm saying? Because that's one of them things that change your life and keep you about the grit. So a lot of my cats from the UK, I know you understand that. Some of y'all don't. But when you hear us talking that tough talk, when you hear us talking that pussy talk, and Idris, I'm going to tell you, brother, you should know better. Don't get chained up. You can't say no faggot, like that word. It don't bother me. But you know that. You can't invite a man to your privacy. You don't say that word. So either you don't know no better or you ain't mean no harm. But remember, everybody that loves boxing, we got a little bit to us. And you might have to see me at one of the appreciation nights. And it's not a threat because we're going to shake hands or we two men. You get what I'm saying? So just mind your manners, my brother. Y'all drinking tea and biscuits. I know you got manners, my nigga. Mind your fucking manners and don't use that word when you talking to grown men, my nigga. Like truth from the facts. And that's my motherfucking call. Shout out to TBV, because this is the only place where you get to air it out from the top to the bottom. The king has spoken.
I mean, thanks for calling in.
God damn. Woo.
Let me go to Akeem, not Akin, Akeem.
Yeah, Akin. Jack is the truth. You still haven't changed it.
God damn it. Let me go to Idris.
No,
Where Idris at?
Idris ain't call in, but wait, is this Akin, AKAN? Because I'm looking for AKAIN.
AKIN.
Oh,
Jack
okay.
is the truth.
Oh, Jack, man, why you don't change that, Jack?
I'll change it.
What's up?
What up, Jack? What up, Jack?
What was he talking about? That last boomer. Sometimes boomeranging is just a waste of time.
Hey,
he's
man.
talking about being a tough guy, and he's offended at what Idris is saying, but he's saying Idris shouldn't be offended at what he couldn't even put his thoughts together. Honestly, it's a waste of money if he's boomeranging and talking that much nonsense. Anyway, I didn't call up for him. I just didn't understand what his rhetoric was. UK guys might talk polite, but it doesn't mean that we can't defend ourselves if you step out of line. So if you don't like someone calling you a faggot, then don't provoke them either. Anyway, off him. He was chatting shit. I've got a problem with. I
love that they say chatting shit instead of talking shit.
You was talking shit, whatever.
No. You don't gotta change it. I mean, that's your slang.
No,
it's just
so you understand. Okay, so I've got a problem with Wilder on Joe Rogan, on the biggest, what you guys perceive as one of the biggest podcasts in the world, possibly, and we're talking about public perception. And he's just had a fight where the public perception is that he lost. Yes? Whether you agree or not. That's the public perception.
Not with the host, though.
Okay.
Not with the host.
Not with you fans, but with the general public.
No. Not with the
host
of the show. Joe Rogan didn't feel that way.
I accept that, but
so he
Joe
was
Rogan
in a safe
doesn't
place.
represent the public. He's talking to the public. And I'm saying that the public perception is that he lost the fight against Wilder. So obviously he's on there to build his profile, talk about a rematch with Fury, and build that fight, but he spends the time talking about AJ. I mean,
whoa!
Who cares?
That's a lie.
Hang on.
That's not.
Hang on.
But
the premise.
Joe Rogan brought up AJ to.
Let me just come full circle. The title of this show is Deontay Wilder and Rogan clown AJ on a show where he's building his profile, talking about a fight, and he's doing is talking about how AJ and Co are begging. I mean, if he continues to talk and continues to cement what he's...
Hey, man, can I do something real quick, bro?
Nah, let him go.
No, just real quick.
Not fair. Mike, it ain't fair. Let him go. Let him go. I'm starting your clock over. I'm sorry, Jack. I'm starting it over. Go.
Cool. If he continues the narrative of talking about how he's not interested in AJ, all he wants is what's it called? They're begging. These guys are in the corner, blah, blah, blah. When he meets Fury again, win, lose, or draw, he's never going to see the AJ fight because everyone thinks that he thinks he holds the power and you're talking yourself into submission. AJ had an audio release the other day saying that when they were asking for more money, he had to slap that guy back in his place, let him know that he's not worth what he's won. So he's talking like he wants the fight. But Wilder's continuing to talk about AJ begging for the fight. He's just talking himself out of what we all want to see, which is the unification. AJ's stance hasn't changed. He doesn't call people out. He doesn't talk any nonsense. He's there chilling in New York, in Jamaica, wherever. He's not bothered about someone going on a podcast and talking. But for Wilder to build up his shine, it's not him to talk about Fury. He's talking about AJ, and it doesn't serve him any purpose when negotiations are concerned in the future.
Hey, what's Spencer Fearon's podcast?
It's toe to toe or something, or toe. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought it was toe to toe. It doesn't even come up on iTunes. What's up with that?
They taking a shot already?
No, come on, bro. I'm looking for everyone's podcast because I was gonna come back just to put things into perspective. How many reviews Rogan has and all other major podcasts that deal with boxing slightly in sports, you know what I'm saying? So
I don't think you can really add Joe Rogan to like a sports podcast though.
Well, I was gonna use toe to toe, Rogan, and ourselves as perspective.
Nah,
Okay.
that ain't fair.
Why isn't it?
Joe Rogan got a Joe Rogan is much more than just a boxing
Okay,
or
but
sports podcast.
as Jack is the truth said in the beginning of his call, we believe that Rogan is a big podcast, or this is a big platform, and then he further said, or at least one of the biggest podcasts in the world. So again, perspective. If I could find toe to toe and see their number and base that against Rogan's number of reviews, and then give them furthermore perspective by our reviews.
I'm just going off what you said. I don't listen to Joe Rogan podcast. I've watched Joe Rogan since he did Fear Factor back in the day. I'm a fan of Joe Rogan, but I've never listened to his podcast. He talks about flat Earth theory and aliens on the moon. He's cuckoo. He's nuts. I don't listen to his podcast. What I'm saying is that you were saying that he's one of the biggest people out there, 1 million views. That the public perception is that AJ is now irrelevant, or he's ducking, that they're embarrassing him. And I'm saying that if the public if that's what he wants to put out to the public, he should be talking about the relevant things, which are the fights, not somebody to build your profile, someone that is perceived as irrelevant to build your profile. That's all we see.
All right, Jack. You know, because you're such a nice guy, we give you about 5 minutes there yourself. So again, perspective. Rogan, and you can look this up yourself. I don't have time to screen share all this shit. But Rogan has over 70,000 5-star reviews. Ringside, Sky Sports, toe to toe, has 17 5-star reviews. That podcast started in 2014, and it's still present to this day. Okay. HBO Boxing, which obviously they have died, but their podcast started in 2015. It's still present to this day. Their last episode was Sunday on the StubHub. They have a 4.5 rating, and they only have 130 ratings. That's HBO. Oh, shit. Motherfucker coming for us. In this, I shouldn't, fuck. Healthy competition. In this corner with Brian Campbell, 4.5 rating. 388 5 stars, 388 5 stars, 388 reviews, 4.5 rating. In this corner, CBS Sports, again, hence all these major companies. CBS Sports, and Brian Campbell works for CBS. He's an announcer for them, and they used to work for ESPN. I've never heard of these dudes. I won't even mention them. They have less than 40. Let me see who else is here. Michael Woods, Everlast, 45 reviews, 4.5 star rating. Did I say Ringside? Ringside toe to toe Sky Sports, 17 reviews, 5-star rating. Now, you know what, though? It is fair to say that this toe to toe may have more reviews in the UK, because my phone is a US iTunes phone, so it's going to show the iTunes review. So if someone wants to be, a good pal and send us a screen share of the UK reviews on toe to toe, that would be helpful. William Hill, they don't even have enough reviews, but they've been around since 2013 and they still exist till this day. Showtime Boxing only has 20 reviews and they're only a 4-star. I'm not even going to mention them. They have less than 10. Wow. I won't mention these guys because it'll be like taking a shot. They only have 2.5. Bob Papa. But he hasn't even done one in over 2 years. So, yeah, man. The rest of this, I guess, is... Let me see. No, this one is... No, this has a less than 42. Let's check this, guys. Oh my God, I can't even give them a shot. These dudes used to take so many shots at me. I can't even speak of them. It's like that M. Night Shyamalan movie. It's like those we will not speak of because look, you only got 10 reviews. Like I feel you though. You got to take shots at the king, B. And that's a UK podcast, bum ass niggas.
This guy.
Yo.
Come for the king. You better not miss.
Yo, oh my God, look at this podcast. This totally jacked our logo.
What you mean, jacked out logo?
I mean, you can see it for yourself. I ain't gonna be putting people out there. But after saying all that, TBV has a 4.5 star review overall rating with 738 stars. So, pop your collars.
How are you talking behind somebody's back though when you're on a public forum that everybody can see you?
Who's talking behind who's back?
Dan Dillon says talking shit behind someone's back is considered weak in the UK. Act hard when you're not face to face. Little boys work.
That's universal, Dan. That's universal. Like if you were to be like, oh, Ness, man, I'll beat your ass if you ever come to the UK. Like, I'm not gonna take that serious because you're like, I don't know how many fucking thousands of miles away. So we feel the same. Now, I wonder if he's putting that into the Rogan Wilder situation and saying that Wilder is talking shit about AJ behind his back and needs to say this to his face. Dylan, if you can, while we go to another call, let us know in another comment. We'll go now to Akan. Talk to me.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, with this Joe Rogan, I'm not entirely sure. Mike, you said, AJ's public perception in the US is completely gone, or it's completely like gone down the drain. I'm not entirely sure what makes you think that that's, after seeing what AJ's career has been so far, that's important to him. Clearly, it shows that his team don't care about US public perception right now. They don't care about building up his market in the US right now. They've had no plans for him there as of yet. So Joe Rogan, in my opinion, hasn't got that influence that you claim he has. He has this audience, but he hasn't got the influence. Because if he gets 2 million, he had how many millions of views with Tyson Fury when Tyson Fury did that interview with him prior to the Fury Wilder fight? What did that do for the fight? What did that do? It did well for Fury. It built him up into essentially a hero back in the UK too. But what did it do for the fight? What did it do for Wilder? Joe Rogan would have done the exact same.
Wait a minute, Akan. Can you just elaborate on what do you mean? What did it do for the fight? And after you elaborate, what did you expect it to do for the fight? And what did you think it didn't do? Because
you guys have said, you've spun this in a way where you said he's got so much influence. Oh my God, he's on the Joe Rogan podcast.
I absolutely listen to me. I absolutely believe that he opened up this fight to a different audience. I absolutely believe.
So in what way can you say that, Nez?
I absolutely.
In what way did it open it up
to the Caucasian audience?
Okay, but in what way? So how are you going to prove that it opened it up to the Caucasian audience?
What do you? I mean, we don't have any analytics. We don't have any analytics.
How do you prove that? Do you prove that
other than how well, other than how well the interviews did on the podcast, we really have no way. But
exactly.
Remember,
so
hold on. Listen,
and
but
it had an influence to them.
Hold on, my friend.
Someone else said it earlier.
Someone else said, "Yo, dude, hold on. You have to think logically, okay? This is a mix. Excuse me. It is logical. He has a mixed combat audience, okay? Mixed martial art combat audience. He frequents with MMA fighters and boxers, former athletes, and celebrities. So it opens it up to a casual audience as well, okay?
But Nez, it did nothing for Wilder Fury.
Okay. So listen to me. The same exact question you're asking me. What tool and analytic are you using to say that it did nothing for them? Because if you're telling me that I don't have a way of proving it, neither do you, my friend. You have to think logically and also make sense.
Up to a Wilder audience, yeah, and then they've now accepted them. The reason why Joe Rogan has an influence when it comes to MMA and stuff is because you can see it in the numbers. You can see it in pay-per-view numbers. You can see it in the interest that comes from those that follow MMA. You can't say the same for boxing. You can't say the same for Wilder Fury. So you can't say, oh, you can't prove it. You could prove it. Because if there was a huge spike in the pay-per-view, or if there was a huge spike in ticket sales, if there's a huge something that you could prove by looking at
that's the problem, though. That's the problem. Look, you talk past the bell. That's the problem, that you UK fans don't want to believe the facts. You don't want to believe that the 325 initial buys is a success. You're upset that it is and continue to try and make people believe that it's not. The company that is Showtime that did the pay-per-view is happy with the number. The UK buys, the Canadian buys, the PlayStation buys, the theaters, that none of that's come in. And they've already said they're happy until there are reports that they're not. You guys can, take that and just, say it to yourselves. Because to say that, oh, they both were on Rogan and this didn't have any spike in the pay-per-view is because you assume that the number is bad. But again, we've done multiple shows. I mean, how much more facts do you want? Lennox Lewis, first pay-per-view didn't do 300, over 300, excuse me. We gave you that information yesterday. He didn't do over 300,000 buys. Deontay Wilder did. We gave you numerous heavyweight champions who didn't do over 300, and we gave you numerous who did. Like Buster Douglas in his first and second because he fought Tyson and the next one was Holyfield. You know what I'm saying? And he fought the next one beating beating Tyson. So I don't understand. Like, facts are facts. You see, you guys are, and this is why I call them sheep, Mike, because it's like they're looking at it like this. Oh, Wilder did 325 and AJ does 1 million, so AJ is doing better. No, my friend, there's articles running around about the amount that ours cost. It's not equal. It's not equal. And the only way to equal it is to divide it. If you want to fucking compare it, well, then for every one Wilder did, it's 3. Silly. So you can be upset and you can say out loud that things didn't help this and this didn't sell. No, you're wrong. Gennady Golovkin was adored. He didn't get internet hate. People loved him and his personality. All his little one-liners. You serious? I like clean sport. Everyone loved that. And he only did 170 multiple times. Stop it. Stop it. The hatred that you guys have is I don't even understand it. Like, why? Why hate so much with so much facts out there? What about Andre Ward with his gold medal? Because, Mike, don't they laugh at Wilder and his bronze medal? Well, Andre Ward had a gold one. How many fucking pay-per-views did he do?
That's true.
I don't understand it. What about Mayweather's first pay-per-view with Gotti? How much he did? Or with Balderman, whatever the fuck his name was. Who he did it with and how many he fucking did? Like, why doesn't logic work with Deontay Wilder? What the fuck is wrong with these dudes? It's crazy. And then they don't want to be called sheep. How many numbers did... Google it, please. Google it. Google as many pay-per-views as you can do because we already gave them heavyweights to try and keep it in perspective so that they won't use the excuse that they've already used saying, oh, you're comparing Andre Ward to Deontay Wilder. He's a heavyweight. Well, we gave you a list of heavyweights that didn't measure to what Deontay and Tyson Fury did. Like, it is sad, the hatred that you have for this man. Sad. But you know what, Mike? On the upside, I'll tell you another boxer that received a lot of hate. Rhymes with Mayweather. Talk about drawing a blank. Yo, but Mayweather received a lot of hate, right? And once you give me that number, they will realize that Mayweather also started at this number, right? Which means that Deontay Wilder is on target. Yesterday, TMZ put a story out on TMZ Sports, another huge website, because these UK dudes don't like to use metrics. And then they laugh when we use metrics. When we say Rogan is big and we prove with the numbers on his show, we prove with the numbers of reviews, we put it into perspective with their own UK shows, he's still not big. It still didn't do nothing for the fight. I mean, it's just ridiculousness. But let me get to some callers here. Looks like, all right, Oliver, you're not ready till you press 1. Let me know. And we'll go to Joel on Skype. Talk to me.
Yeah, what up?
Talk to me, Joel. Rafi, mute yourself, please, por favor.
I just see. I just want to. I just trying to understand what does that mean. Who's Joe Rogan?
I mean, look, bro. If you didn't hear the last 30 minutes and all the reviews and the numbers of his show, I guess he's no one. If having millions of views daily, because I can only tell you this.
Yeah, but
listen to me, Joel. Regardless of what we think in our boxing opinion, right? You and I mean personally, you and I, regardless of our opinion, you and I both love boxing, and you obviously have some sort of love for this show. You're here every day. My audience isn't over 1 million per show. So don't say who is Joe Rogan. Because I wish I was Joe Rogan. Stop it. Joe Rogan is someone that's fucking huge. Joe Rogan is someone that had a television sitcom
Slow
or
down. Don't
show.
talk over me. Don't talk over me.
All right, because
Talking
I don't
over
get
me
it.
doesn't make you right.
I don't get it. Why you guys are trying to discredit now people who
It's
have
not
been doing this?
Nes, you guys have to understand what apply to you, America, doesn't necessarily apply to other worlds.
Joel, where did the fight take place?
What you American guys follow
where did the fight take
means
place?
that other people follow that. I don't know Joe Rogan. I find him just by following you. I don't know him. I've never listened to him in my life. I have to ask. Do you get what I mean?
I get what you mean. Well, I'm just saying, where did the fight take place? It matters because the fight happened in the USA.
What I find so amusing is that just back then, AJ was the one ducking. Then we find that he is the one begging. So which one is he? Can he be the one ducking and then at the meantime begging? That doesn't make sense.
Is that rhetorical? Is that rhetorical, or are you looking for an answer?
It's rhetorical because I don't get it. He himself, Wilder, say AJ is ducking, and then he himself saying AJ is begging.
I have an answer if you want it.
He himself saying AJ is irrelevant. Then he himself spending all those media chat without even always talking to AJ. If it's so irrelevant, don't talk about him then. That's what people do. Normal people do though. But I get what apply to other people doesn't not necessarily apply to you, American. Because you guys are so caught up in your words. You always feel like American is the center of everything. So what you American think is what people has to be. So which one is he? Whether AJ is irrelevant, so don't talk about him anymore. Don't think about his fight, or he's not irrelevant.
I'm gonna answer you. You are punching after the bell. I barely cut you off. But Joel, I just finally heard your accent. I didn't know you were a Frenchman, right? You're French, right?
I'm the Frenchman, the guy you called the last time.
But you're in the UK?
No, Dubai.
Oh, Dubai. All right. No, I finally heard that French accent. Sweet. Listen, so he said, which one is it, right? So here's the thing. It's so funny. I mean, Mike opened it up, his intro like that, and you guys didn't know. It's just like, it's funny how, where we are and how things have changed, how AJ's fallen from graces, because all the tactics that AJ was using now, this audio of AJ saying Wilder needs to know his role. I'm going to slap him down. Audio of AJ saying, that he's not interested in Wilder, that, he wants to wait till 2019, 2020. Plenty of audio like that. And now, the other one, the cherry on top is Wilder better know his role, Mike, or we're going to freeze him out. Right? So now that Deontay Wilder's doing all the same things that AJ was doing, which is ignoring him, freezing him out, the UK fans are upset. But forget that narrative, Joel. Forget that narrative, Mike. Think about this. Why is the UK public upset when Wilder wants a rematch with Fury, the man that the UK public believes beat Wilder? So what they're telling us essentially is, we think Tyson beat Wilder. We don't care. We now want AJ to fight Wilder regardless. I just don't see the logic in it. You know, when Mayweather had a tight fight with Maidana, which I didn't think was tight. I didn't think it was tight. You know, I seen, Maidana winning 4 rounds at most, but they gave him an immediate rematch. People wanted an immediate rematch. With Castillo, same thing. Broner didn't want an immediate rematch with Maidana. He could have had one, but he took a $1.5 million step aside money so that Mayweather could fight him. Okay, so now you got a champion that doesn't like for the UK to say that he lost. Wants to prove that he can beat and overcome adversity. And you guys don't want, I just don't understand. Mike, they say I'm the sheep. They say I'm biased, but do we need to get a doctor on the show? I don't understand. How is it that I am receiving or interpreting any of this information wrongly? I mean, you want to correct the wrong.
You coined the phrase as AJ protected, but it seems like they are wanting Wilder to fight AJ more and more and more and more now. Even though Wilder says that, hey, I want to do this rematch before I get to AJ. So I don't understand what's the problem. Let AJ keep making his money, making his $20 million per fight. Let him keep fighting the Dillian Whites and Povetkin's of the world. Let him do his thing. We're not mad over here right now. We're happy. We're happy with the rematch that's going to happen between Tyson Fury and Wilder. And Wilder told Joe Rogan last night he's not worried about AJ right now. His management has been calling Wilder's management, but we listening, but we ain't really listening. You know what I'm saying? We got our own plans, and once it's time to cross that road, then we'll cross that road. But AJ has had it. Wilder said it perfectly. AJ had his chance.
Exactly. Now, who said that first? Didn't they say Wilder had his chance when they offered him a fucking flat fee? You know,
absolutely.
Like, this is what I don't get by the UK. Like, they know that Eddie and AJ played super duper hardball and wanted Wilder to be super submissive in the negotiations. He went somewhere else and took the advice of Eddie Hearn, built his profile, did his own pay-per-view, and now he wants to rematch the guy because the world, according to the UK public, the world, thinks that Tyson Fury won. So he wants to rematch, and they don't. Man, you know what? I'm done, bro. I'm done.
It's just the UK callers, man. They're betting for their guy, man. They love their guy. I mean, at the end of the day,
they're AJ protectors.
You gotta love it though, man. You gotta appreciate that. Like, even they call every day the same thing.
No, because they don't really want the fight, Mike.
Why not?
Because they know what the fuck gonna happen. They seen in the 12th round that man at 209 pounds still could flatten you.
But hold on, AJ is 240 though.
1-year-old, yeah, and that was a 270-pound motherfucker. That was 30 pounds more he put out.
But hold on, AJ has more power than Fury. He if he catches Wilder with that left hook, it's over.
Oh, unfortunately, Wilder's not AJ. We never seen Wilder. Oh, actually, we did see Wilder go down. But not since the elite level. Fuck out of here. Let's go to some callers. I fucked up. Rafi. Oh no, I can't go to Rafi yet. We got a couple of boomerangers here. We got Jay in DC. What it do? Buenos dias.
Dollar DiBiase Production.
Jay Hardcore Boxing. You know shit about boxing. Boxingboys.com. Okay.
You loving the show today, man. So much energy, man. I mean, I am loving it. I'm loving the sparring that we having on here. Everything. Hey, Nash, you said that you don't understand the logic of the sheep, but you got to keep in mind a sheep need a shepherd, and the shepherd leads the sheep where it needs to go. So whatever AJ says, that's what the sheep do. I mean, they just so happy to have a belt over there, and they're going to try to hold it as long as possible. And fighting Wilder is not going to allow them to keep that belt. So, I mean, it's just what it is, man. And now I love their passion, and I love how they stand behind their champion. We need that type of passion here in the United States. But they also was putting out that narrative that we need to build our Wilder needs to build his profile. He's building off of them, et cetera, et cetera. Man, he done went out there and did it. And actually, I feel he's doing it better than what they are doing it. And to be truthfully honest, man, if you go around and just ask random people here in the United States, who is Anthony Joshua, they don't know who he is in the United States. I know people I've mentioned many a times to, and they was like, I don't know who the hell that is. So, I mean, he actually needs to up his profile over here right now. Maybe that's why he's here right now, because he needs to up his profile. UK, man, like I said, I love their passion. But, you know, they need to start thinking for themselves, man. I mean, if it walks like a duck, it quacks like a duck, it's a duck. That's just the bottom line. Hey, bro, I really enjoy y'all shows. Keep it up. Oh, I can't wait to hear what Idris has to say back to Amin, because Amin had his ass on the ropes. That's my call. Everybody, please press the like button and keep following TPV. Y'all have a fun day, man. Peace.
Jay Hardcore, thanks for calling in DC. We're going to go out to Rafi in the UK. Talk to me.
What up, Rafi?
Yes. Where do I begin with my U.S. sheep brethren? Where do I begin with my U.S. sheep brethren? First of all, need I remind you? The sheep is you, my friends. The sheep is you. A lot of things to get through. First of all, the loudest voices come from the hollowest vessels. Yeah? I want you people to write that down so you can meditate on it. The loudest voices come from the hollowest vessels. Okay, that's homework. Let's get to the first thing, or the next thing. After the fight, I called in and I said to you, I advocated for the rematch. They must do a rematch first. You, Ness, my friend, you, Ness, said no rematch. Wilder should go for AJ now. So who the fuck's the sheep, my friend? Who the fuck is the sheep? Me.
So wait a minute.
The UK guy.
Can I answer?
Was calling from the rematch from the jump, from the get-go. It was you, my friend, who said no. Wilder should go for AJ. Come on in. Come on in, Ness.
I mean, you know I smoke a lot, so I'm going to say this before you cut me off. I don't remember that, but I will say this. That's probably what I want, because I know he could collect the belts and make the fight with Tyson bigger. But as a fan of Wilder, I must want what he wants. If after the fight he felt that it was overwhelming the public perception and he wants to right or wrong, I could only stand behind my champion, because I think that's admirable. I think it's honorable to go out there and put it back on the line when the people think you lost. That means that he will be an underdog. That means he's expected to lose, and he's willing to do it instead of going for the money fight. Because don't sit here and act like the unification won't be a bigger fight for more money. So what he's doing is admirable, but somehow, yeah, maybe you're not a sheep, Rafi. Maybe you're not a sheep. But don't tell me that the UK callers you hear call in here don't sound like they all fucking following the same shepherd. Anyone that is upset that he wants to rematch Fury is there's something wrong with you. I will give you your time. I will give you your time.
Bro, I'm multitasking over here, so I'm not really, able to listen to everything. So I'm just skipping through my points. I'm just, because, I don't want to time out on me. All right. Sometimes the perpetrators turn around and cry that they're the victims. Let me expand. It was you, guys. It was you who said that when this thing went to pay-per-view, the true figures and the reality would be revealed. But my friend, please, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but check this. You say that the pay-per-views for AJ and Wilder, basically, they come out even because your figures, our figures represent 3 times our figures. One thing that you're overlooking, my good man, one thing that you're overlooking is that this is a much smaller population than your population. What is the consequence of this? Well, the consequence of this is that we have, with similar figures, we have a far greater amount of the population watching the fight with similar figures to you. Do you understand? So if we have 50%, let's say, for argument's sake, of the population watching the fight, and you have similar figures, that would probably represent 10% of your population.
Yeah. But Rafi, it's all good to say that, wow, AJ fights and, you know, all of the UK comes out and all of the UK watches it. Unlike when Wilder fights, only a small percentage watch it. But my friend, that metric means shit. And guess what? As
That's where
let me finish.
That's where you're wrong.
Allow me to elaborate. Okay,
I will.
But that message means shit. Much like the last UK caller that came in here saying that Wilder and Rogan are just chatting shit. So are you. You're just chatting shit. Okay, because because you can put the entire UK about 10 or 11 times inside of just Texas, okay? You guys don't have American basketball, okay? You don't have LeBron or Kobe. You never had Jordan, okay? You don't have any Wayne Gretzky's, none of that shit to divide your youth, in which direction they go in terms of sports. I mean, you have AJ. How many athletes come from America, bro? Like, this is just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. And again, Wilder did good enough numbers comparable with plenty of former champions. And AJ is still the A side because I think he sold like one of his pay-per-views was like 1.6 or 1.5, something like that. So yeah, he's still the A side, but it's the rematch thing, bro. Like I don't get it. Why they don't want him to take the rematch? Don't get it. But Rafi, you did get hella time. Got to get to some boomerangers here. We're going to Oliver in Bermuda. Talk to us.
Yeah, how is everyone?
We're good, brother. We're good. You've been listening for a while. What made you press the button?
And actually, I just saw the title. I literally just got into work, so I've only heard a few of the. I came in right when you guys started taking calls. I just want to respond to the previous caller. What's his name, Ralphie?
Yes, sir. Ralphie.
Yeah, Ralphie. Well, number one, I think maybe you guys should have him as the new UK host. I think it would be entertaining, if anything else. But
great minds think alike.
A high level. Yeah, there's a high level of hypocrisy when it comes to the UK fans. So for starters, before Tyson Fury, Eddie Hearn was talking about, fighting everyone else except Deontay Wilder. In fact, if people have a problem with him having a rematch with Fury, which is a good fight, why did they not have a problem with Eddie Hearn coming out and saying they wanted the Joseph Parker fight so they can have additional belts to have additional leverage before they fight Wilder? Yes! I don't really see the difference in what's going on. I don't see what's going on here. In addition to that, it's really problematic when it was okay for Eddie Hearn to say that he wants to have his U.S. debut be with someone like Big Baby Miller, which is a fighter I would love to see. But he ultimately wants to fight less notable and less reputable fighters. With Deontay, he's taking on a fighter that could arguably beat Anthony Joshua, and who beat the man who was at the top prior to AJ when no one thought he could. So it's not like he's taking a lesser opponent. He's still taking an interesting fight. You know, I could understand if he wanted to, say, forget AJ and forget Fury, but then he wants to fight someone like Brazil. I would totally agree with the UK fans that Wilder would be ducking him, but it's just always a double standard when it comes to Wilder. But most importantly, I like the move for him to fight Fury because, like I said yesterday, I think the UK the pay-per-view buys will be through the roof if they do it sooner than later. And he could become the A side in this, depending on how big the pay-per-view is. And Tyson Fury is definitely the dance partner to create that. So that's my call. I just want the UK fans to be boxing fans, not AJ groupies. Thanks.
Thanks for calling in, Oliver. Let me see. We got to get to our mastermind here. Javier, talk to me.
What up, Javi? You back at it again, man? You started this shit out right.
You already know it. I'm back. Man, I'm so tired of these UK callers. See, that's why I started off like I started off, bro. They come in on this sensitive shit. Motherfuckers talking crazy. Like, they gonna say, who is Joe Rogan? I forgot who the fuck said that dumb shit. But I think it was the dude from France or whatever. The softest fucking country in the world. Nigga talking about who is Joe Rogan.
Well, he's in Dubai. He's in Dubai.
But he from France, right?
I guess.
I don't care about where you at, nigga. Where you from?
Wee.
Damn, get that wee shit out of here.
Nah, it ain't about where you from. It's where you at.
No,
nah, niggas about where you from, nigga. Talk that shit. If you talk that shit, I need to check your background.
Bruh,
you know what I'm saying?
Listen to me. It don't matter where you from.
Nigga.
It don't matter where you from. It matter where you at.
North side, Little Rock, baby.
You could be from wherever. You could think you from the toughest place and you in the wrong spot, motherfucker.
I don't want to hear that shit. All I'm saying is, all right, Deontay got 1 million views, right? If that shit didn't matter that he was on fucking Joe Rogan, why the fuck he already got 1 million views? That ain't no simple shit, motherfucker. That shit ain't easy. That shit ain't simple. Go look at Joe Rogan shit. It's people who getting fucking 300,000, 200,000. What does Deontay Wilder do? He spark interest. What the fuck you mean? He got 300,000 fucking 325,000 pay-per-view buys. Somebody spent $75 out of their pocket to watch this man fight. Then you had 17,000 people at the fight watching the fucking fight. All I'm saying is these motherfuckers getting a lot of views for somebody who y'all trying to act like just don't matter or he don't bring in no fucking attention. Like, AJ ain't the only motherfucker who bringing in attention. Like, get the fuck out of here with that shit, man. I don't want to hear that bullshit. AJ switched his whole fucking story up. He switched it up every time shit get better on Deontay's side. Now he want to switch it up. Because beforehand, we was talking about how AJ, he wanted Deontay to raise his profile and all that shit and how he wanted to get his US debut and shit. Now you don't give a fuck about the US debut because Deontay doing all the work for your fucking ass. You ain't doing shit. You send your ass over there chilling while Deontay putting in all the fucking work. So all I'm saying is, nigga, do some work. Nigga, you over there fighting Povetkin, old punk ass, and you over here just chilling. We over here fighting Tyson Fury, fighting Luis Ortiz. You fighting Parker, who we see got exposed. He just got exposed by Dillian White his last fight. Like, nigga, stop it, man. I'm tired of that shit. You ain't doing shit over there, nigga. You is chilling. All your little sheep over here chilling with you. They crying on the fucking phone, man. Shut the fuck up. Nigga, don't nobody want to hear that shit, man. I'm out of here.
Well, yeah. Thank you for calling.
Man, tell me how you really feel, man. Quit holding back.
I know. This is what I like. Airing it out in the morning with TBV. Hey, yo, what's your name? Remember that show? Nah, you too young. Joseph in Texas, what up?
Hey, what up, man? I got a quick question for you, man.
Yo.
Did you say you agreed with Joe Rogan saying that Wilder was winning the fight?
Winning the fight? No, I never said that, man. I scored the fight live. Y'all was watching me, man. You know what rounds I gave Wilder. I gave Wilder 1, 2, 3, 9, and 12.
No. What I'm saying is you were happy. Were you happy with him saying that he felt Wilder won the fight?
Oh, that's what I
He
said.
said he felt like Wilder had knocked him out because the count was longer than 10 seconds. That's what he said.
And I said to Mike, "Yo,
Oh,
Mike,
yeah,
I know you." Anyway, go ahead.
No, I'm saying because it's just. I mean, I take his word with a grain of salt because Joe Rogan don't know anything about boxing. He's the same guy that thought that Conor McGregor would have had 7 rounds to 2 against Floyd Mayweather. But no, it's a good thing what Wilder's doing. I mean, he's been on ESPN every day. It seems like Fox Sports 1. He's becoming a crossover star, which is something that you need, especially with a heavyweight. So, but it's exciting to see, man, that boxing is starting to take a front seat. You know, I get tired of only hearing about big fights for a day or two, and then we never hear about it again. You know, I just wish they would get better analysts at ESPN. But that's neither here nor there. But that's all I really have to say, man. Just keep it going, guys. You guys have a good one. Appreciate it.
All right. Thanks for calling in, Joseph. Abdul, Philly, talk to me.
Yes, sir.
What's good?
What's up, man? Y'all keep calling you Abdul. So GQ nasty.
What the fuck?
OGQ nasty. What's up, homie?
This is ridiculous.
What's up, homie? Hey, listen. This is in response to these fucking freaks that keep calling, keep talking about what the Joe Rogan show gonna do. I mean, what it do? Tyson was on it. It did a fucking lot. If 340,000 people fucking watched the fight, guess what? Best believe over 1 million seen it. You understand what I'm saying? Because I know when I watched the fight, I was at a fight party with over 20 motherfuckers there. And we was hyped every fucking round. You understand me? So so I know that went on across America. So it had to be at least 1 million seen the fucking fight. You know what I mean? Not counting motherfuckers that streamed it. You know what I mean? So that helped propel that fight a lot. And they sold, like you said, 300. What they don't understand, 345,000 motherfucking pay-per-view buys is a lot in this fucking country. Especially fucking pay-per-view. Especially when you talk about the likes of Andre Ward and Golovkin and things of that nature, without the help of a Canelo who has a whole fucking country behind him. You understand what I'm saying? And the damn near the whole West Coast. That's why he sells, at the millions. Plus, he's been in there with great pay-per-view buys like Floyd Mayweather and the Cottos and things like that. You know what I mean? So that's why he do over the millions. But I truly believe that Deontay will reach that peak. As long as he keep fighting these guns, he fighting and he doing with him doing to him what the fuck he doing to him. He definitely gonna reach that peak. But that's all I got, man. I'm just tired of
Whoa. Before you go, brother.
USA, and I'm out.
Why they call you, man, OGQ nasty, homie?
Well, my name was Nasty. I used to be in a little rap back in the day. You remember like Nasty Nines and all that.
Got you.
Call me Nasty. OGQ Nasty.
Already.
You're gonna have to send us. You're gonna have to send us a couple seconds on the MP3, man. We can use that as your intro. But OGQ Nasty, thanks for calling in. Let me get out to my man James on Skype. Talk to me.
Yo, what's up, y'all?
What up?
Yeah, good morning. Once again, it's a beautiful day because I get to talk on the boxing voice. Yes! Let me address my UK brethren because this is the only boxing show that I call in. Fuck y'all bitch ass niggas in my Cat William voice. Come on, man. Let's just be honest. The worst thing that could have happened to AJ happened. The fight was a huge success, and because of the controversial draw, it's bringing all the attention to who? Deontay Wilder. Because now people are realizing this dude is actually pretty damn good. So what if you thought he lost? The fact is that 12th round alone, made everybody stand up and say, oh, this nigga for real. So now the world wants a rematch because we want a definitive answer who's the best. Not who's the best out of these two, but who's the best. And that's what the Team AJ didn't want. They didn't want people asking the question, who's better or who's the best heavyweight, Deontay
or Fury. They wanted AJ's name in the mix. And the fact is, his name got in the mix. So now you have Hearn talking bullshit saying that almost 400,000 views on a pay-per-view for a first-time pay-per-view heavyweight star is a problem. But as we can see, PBC is able to utilize those relationships that they built. And Deontay's on CBS. He was on James Corden's show late night. He's on ESPN. He's on Fox. And to cap it all off, taking advantage of multimedia, he's on one of the biggest platforms in the land now, Joe Rogan Podcast. So all this hate and vitriol, the fact that you got your boy Rafi calling us sheep, like, nigga, are you crazy? You know, I'm almost laughing at these UK cats because it's clear that they fucked up. It's clear they fucked up. They really thought that they was going to have leverage, and what they don't want is Deontay to be the A side. That's all this is. They don't want Deontay being the A side and being able to, be able to control where the fight happens. Because let's just be clear, if that shit happens on USA, oh man, it's going to be some treacherous waters for AJ and his team. When they decide after my man knocks out Fury this time for real, and they decide to get that super fight on, it's going to be such a beautiful, magnificent thing. But that's my call, man. Bomb Squad forever, bro. Period.
James,
Great call, man.
Thanks,
Great call from James.
brother. Keeping it right, moving. Skype. Christopher, talk to me.
What up, Chris?
Christopher on Skype.
Yo.
Yo.
My niggas, what up?
What it do?
What's going on, homie?
What's the deal, Mike?
I can't call it, man. Trying to keep my head above water.
Why you on that speakerphone like that, killing us, man? You the reason we get.
I got you.
Y'all gotta understand, man. These callers be giving us bad reviews because they're like, "Oh, this podcast is great," but they need to get their audio and all. And it's like, bro, these are live callers driving to work. You know, you guys need to be a little bit more conscious with your reviews, man. You know what world we live in, yo. It's a social status world. You know what I mean? Drop us a 5-star review and be honest. Be like, damn. But go ahead, Chris.
It's 7:30 in LA. I'm smashing the school and shit, man. But anyway, I mean, I'm laughing my ass off at the AJ protectors. What happened to all that? You know, stop using Wilder name to build a profile. Like, I thought that they wanted to fight Dillian White, do a rematch with Dillian White. But why AJ can do a rematch with Dillian White, but Wilder can't do a rematch with Tyson Fury?
Good fucking point. You know, nobody ever said that. That shit is so obvious, and no one ever said that.
They was throwing that fight way out, like, oh, we could just do Dillian White if Deontay Wilder. Tyson Fury came out the water and just wrecked their whole shit. But that's really all I was thinking about. I'm just want to continue listening because y'all speaking some good shit. So I'll get back with y'all. I'll call y'all back later. I'm gonna just stay on the phone though with y'all.
Well, all right, Chris, man. Thank you for calling in, and salute to you on your drive to school. You know what I mean? I'm always happy that, you know, we're delivering entertainment for people, like when they jogging, walking, you know, workouts on your drive to work, whatever the case may be, man. Because, bro, I used to want a new episode. Let me tell you, I listen to so many. I don't have the time now, but I used to listen to Rogan and about a dozen other, man. I love movie podcasts too. I used to listen to Rotten Tomatoes, AMC, Movie Talk.
I don't listen to two. All time I listen to is Joe Rogan and The Brilliant Idiots.
It's so hard for me. Like right now, I really like Joe Buttons, but I like it's just so hard because I'm working so hard. You know,
I can't listen to the whole Joe Budden. That should be about 3 hours. Damn, Joe.
Shit's serious for me on this side. I gotta always work. You feel me? Look, I'm trying to see if we finish this show, then do the Mauricio Suleiman show, and maybe still make it to the Canelo workout. You know what I'm saying?
That's possible. But what time do it start? The workout start?
Canelo don't get there till 1 p.m.
What time do you got to leave the house to be there?
I got to leave at least an hour earlier, so that's like around 12. So if I could, if Suleiman is done with his breakfast, we could schedule him. Boom, get him on at 11. and then we out. But let me see. We got to get the Brandon in Cincinnati. Holla.
Hey, what's up, Mike? What's up, Ness?
What's going on, homie?
I'm trying to play. I'm gonna try to put my mind inside the mind of a UK sheep and try to be a little optimistic. Now, I'm not disagreeing with any of my U.S. brethren are saying about how can they get mad that Wilder's wanting to take the rematch. But my question to you guys is, this notion that AJ is scared of Wilder, how is that accurate when we saying, well, Wilder want to take the rematch? So how is AJ scared if anything, he's left holding his dick because he tried to play A side and the shit didn't work. But how can we say he's scared? There's nothing he can really do at this point.
Exactly.
The rematch, so
Exactly why acting like you want the fight don't mean shit. You was backed into that corner. Public perception put you in the corner where you're forced to make the fight. So now it doesn't look honest. Don't you get it? It's forced. Like, aren't you hearing the audio? Yeah. It's not like, and don't get me wrong, we're talking public perception. As a hardcore fan, I know that AJ's been negotiating with Wilder. But we're talking public perception. Joe Rogan doesn't know that, and he's on his show telling his listeners, man, this guy's begging. He's looking bad. He's looking bad. You know what I'm saying? I could always play the audio. It's not us. We only playing what they saying.
Right. And I just want to just say, like, me personally, I don't think he's scared. I just think, like we said, like you said the other night with Tevin Foreman, he trying to do this. My dick is the biggest. I'm the A side. He tried that shit, not expecting Wilder to get this kind of momentum, and now it's backfiring because now everybody's like, this is the fight we want to see, and not AJ versus, question mark. So that's the only thing I just want to ask people. Like, we can't say Wilder has every right to fight the rematch, and he ain't scared of Joshua just because he wants to fight the rematch. But we can't, and so we got to give Joshua that credit too. Like, he wants to make this fight, but Wilder and Fury both busy. Both of them said we want the rematch. What can he really do without being in?
Bro, but Brandon, I know who you are, man. I'm starting to smell that dirt in between your hooves from being out there on that field. I see. I see that you got a jacket on right now. I see that's a Wolf's jacket. I hear what you're saying, bro. Stop trying to make it seem like is any different than what it is, bro. Like, my man is in that position because he tried, like you said, to play big dick. You know what I'm saying? And now Wilder went and took his ball and played somewhere else. And now the world is interested in that other fight over there. They ain't interested in AJ. They laughing at AJ. They calling him Johnson. It's all coming full circle. Karma. Something I keep preaching. Something I learned the hard way. It's karma, man. Wilder said it, Mike. A long time ago, he said, yo, as a black man, it's crazy that AJ did that. You know what I'm saying? Like, why? Why you, like, again, we go to the quote from, what was the other heavyweight? Where he said, and Derrick James uses it all the time, if you love me,
then you fight me.
You'll fight me. Because if we would have made that fight, we would have both gotten paid. We're talking about $50 million. AJ, Tyson Fury and Deontay ain't make that. But they knew the magnitude of that fight at that time, dog. So now imagine if AJ was going to get 50 back then, and Wilder and Fury have the rematch, Floyd Mayweather gonna be mad. That boy gonna be mad.
And look at that Wilder, man. This shit is just not starting. It's just not starting.
In history, it all right back, and it say that in Wilder's third pay-per-view, him or AJ made 50 million. That's the first fight in history where a heavyweight makes 50 million in his third pay-per-view. Ooh, Mayweather gonna be mad.
It's only gonna get bigger.
And them
Only gonna
AJ
get bigger.
protectors gonna be they ain't gonna be sad because the AJ gonna be part of that fight. AJ gonna be part of that history. When Wilder and AJ fight, is gonna be huge history. That they're gonna be making. But yeah, man, it's time to wrap this one up. I got to get on the line with Joe Jose Suleiman. Excuse me. Rest in peace. That's so sad. I'm sorry about that. I got to get on the phone with Mauricio Suleiman and see could we get him on. I know he was having a breakfast today, but we've been talking to him. I know, you guys want a couple of answers and a couple of questions you want asked. So we're trying to get to that. Happy everyone joined us. Unfortunately, we're still right here at youtube.com/Nestor Gibbs on the backup channel. But don't forget to subscribe to youtube.com/The Boxing Voice on the main channel as we're hunting down that 92,000. Trying to get to where Joe Rogan is. Where's he at, Mike? 2 million?
Joe Rogan, man.
2 million subs, you know what I'm saying? Like, who's Joe Rogan? Nobody. It's easy to get 2 million subs.
I'm about to find out right now. He is at Joe Rogan is at 4.1.
Holy smokes. 4 point. Oh, you mean like 4,000?
Yeah, sure. That makes you feel better. Just know that one stands for like 100,000.
Well, yeah, man. Look, shout out to Rogan for taking an interest. I mean, he's always had an interest, but for going as far as putting, these guys on his show, talking about the show, and about boxing and introducing his audience to, big time fights. I know certain people didn't like that we care about his opinion, but I remember Joe Rogan from way back in the day having that one-on-one with Lou DiBella. I think it was on ESPN. They went at it. I think it was like something like, it's on YouTube so you could look it up. It was like Rogan versus Lou DiBella. Is boxing better than MMA or some shit like that? But that was pretty dope, the debate. And I fell in love with his podcast. I kind of like when he had, I forgot that guy's name, is like Horace Graham or something like that. Is this dude always fucking looking for lost cities or dealing with psychedelics and shit. I mean, Rogan makes you want to travel. You know what I'm saying? He's always talking about some shit somewhere else that you want to look up. But yeah, man, I'm your host, Nestor Gibbs. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at NestGTO. Don't forget to subscribe right here to youtube.com/Nestor Gibbs and youtube.com/The Boxing Voice. Click on the notification bell so you know whenever we go live, and follow us on all forms of social media, especially Instagram at The Boxing Voice, because Mike is all over that, and he makes sure to put up every time we're going live, so you get at least a notification there as well. Mike.
Follow me on IG at Gross1911 or on Twitter at Gross2312. And my favorite episode of Joe Rogan would have to be where they were talking about the Somalian pirates that actually kidnapped the guy that Captain Phillips was about. If you haven't seen the episode, that's a real good episode too. Also, my other favorite is when he talked about the Adolf Hitler conspiracy theory. So.
Shout out to Tyrone Briggs. He knew exactly what I was talking about, even though I said it backwards. He said Graham Hancock.
Yeah. So yeah, man.
I said it worse than backwards.
And for people that don't realize it, man, this YouTube platform that all the people have, and this is the way of media now, man. Most people get their media from YouTube or the internet now. It's not the traditional method anymore. So.
Yo, look at this guy in the comment. Yo, who else disliked the Rogan video and unsubbed? Emoji of my hand up. Yo, these sheep, yo, like how could something make you that emotional that you physically go and thumbs down and unsub because he had a guest on? Holy shiznick.
I mean, unsub is like kind of strong, but thumbs down is like normal.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, bro. I guess.
I'll tell you, Ellis was the best. I mean, I think it's been way better episodes than Teddy Atlas. I think you said Teddy Atlas because you're a boxing fan.
Yeah. Well, yeah, man. I mean, yo, man, chat shit, get smacked.